someone is pissed and bothered, you remain silent. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder. For my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, someone is pissed and bothered. You remain silent. Somebody drop in the comments and say silence is power, okay? Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say silence is power. Now, people, when it comes to you being silent, you can be silent in many ways. You can be silent within your actions. Of course, you can be silent within your words, okay? You can be silent within your work, right? You ever seen a person who just turned into a workaholic? Maybe they are a content creator such as myself, and we just go to posting videos, right? That's because it seems as if we're being loud, but really we're being silent because we are throwing ourselves into our work. It's not to say that we don't love it, but that is a way that you can be silent, right? Your work speaks for you. Somebody drop in the comments and say, my work speaks for me, right? Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, my work speaks for me. You can be silent within, not saying anything to the things that you used to, mention, right? So, for instance, sometimes, y'all, people who you are around, people who you love, they reject the wisdom that you can give them or the wisdom that you're trying to impute into them, right? And you say, you know what? I'm going to let you bump your head. Yep. I'm going to let you bump your head. So maybe I'm speaking to you. Maybe I say, hey, what's going on? Maybe I say, hey, let's go get some dinner. But what I'm not going to do is keep telling you about that toxic relationship. What I'm not going to do is keep telling you about what you need to fix within yourself or on yourself. Make sense what I'm saying, y'all? We all done been there, y'all. We had that hard-headed cousin, friend, or maybe that person who keep making the same mistake with that woman, with that man, with their job, right? And here they are wanting your advice again, knowing that they're not going to listen to it. You remain silent, okay? You can just start working your moves in life. Maybe you're about to, start taking classes. Maybe you are about to start your martial arts. Maybe you are about to build your business, right? But you are no longer asking people for permission or asking people, hey, what do you think about this idea? Because you already know what they're going to say. Well, maybe you should try it this way. Maybe that's not for you. Everything, every idea, every thought is pessimistic, right? If you're going to be anything in this world, y'all, you got to be around optimistic people, period. Somebody drop in the comments and say positive vibes only, okay? But speaking of the vibes, y'all get the vibes, y'all. We are outside in nature, outside in the green pasture, y'all, the legendary field, and we getting directly into it. Your boy been gone for 2 days, y'all, but I take that mental break as I always explain, okay? But now, y'all, we are back into it. Appreciate everybody, y'all, for who been locked into the team, man. I just been seeing so much support from y'all, and I just want to give y'all flowers back. Thank y'all so much for that, okay? But y'all make sure y'all leave a thumbs up on this video as well as subscribe to the channel. Yes, sir. Not only that, y'all be sure to ring my bell so you can be notified after every single video I post. Let's go ahead and get into this one right here, y'all. Number one, first reason why that person, that someone is pissed and bothered is this right here, y'all. They're used to knowing, okay? Let me say it louder. For my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, they are used to knowing, right? Somebody drop in the comments and say, you don't know nothing. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, you don't know nothing. Now, the reason why I say that is not to call somebody stupid, dumb, less educated, right? That's not why I'm saying they don't know nothing. The reason why I'm saying they don't know anything is because when it comes to your business, they used to know it all. They used to know, what you eat. They used to know where you go for visitation. They used to know what you would do on your off time, right? Because you would tell them, okay? But when people don't have that information no more, or when people don't know what you're doing in your free time anymore, that becomes a huge problem to them. Why is that, Reno? Because they are used to knowing, okay? One of my biggest flaws I had when I was in college is when I would go through like certain problems, mainly relationship problems. As I told y'all, I'm a relationship man. I'm always in some type of relationship issue, okay? But in that time, y'all, I would, call people I would call for everybody's advice. I would call, mom, best friend, this person. I mean, I would just call so many people, and what I was not realizing is I was putting them in my business, okay? And the moment you stop placing people in your business, they will begin to take that personal, like, oh, you ain't gonna tell me this time? And the thing is, y'all, you don't owe them an explanation. Somebody drop in the comments and say, I don't owe you an explanation. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, I don't owe you an explanation. That is major, y'all. This is why people, they get very comfortable to knowing your business. Maybe you are that person who always ask a person how they feel about this business venture, or you always ask them how they feel about you, starting your entrepreneurship business. Whatever the case is, y'all, you always ask them, what do they think? And it's simply because you trust them, right? But oftentimes, y'all, we don't realize that sometimes we are trusting the wrong people. We are trusting the wrong person. Yeah, I know, y'all, they told you some of their secrets. I get it. I know, y'all, we shared, buns. Most time it's trauma buns, but I get it. Yeah, I understand that this person is your family, your best friend, whatever the case is. I truly do understand that. But it does not make them off limits from being an enemy, a person who just want to see you down, or an individual who's laughing, at your misfortunes, right? They're not off limits. Somebody drop that down below in the comments, because you got to know that. Drop in the comments and say they're not off limits. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say they're not off limits. All right. People are used to knowing what you do, where you go, where you at, who you be with. But when you start keeping that silent, right? When you start keeping that disclosed, you ain't giving people what they want. You ain't giving them no type of information. It makes them think differently about you. But more importantly, y'all, it makes them pissed and bothered, right? Because they want to know what you got going on so bad. Somebody drop in the comments and say, you will never know. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say you will never know. But that is something major, y'all. People get used to knowing your business, where you are, where you going, etc., etc. Make sense of what I'm saying, y'all? Drop in the comments and let me know, all right? Number 2, it's going to be this right here, family. You don't need permission, okay? I know I touched on that a little bit, but we'll go into more depth, right? But you don't need permission. You don't need permission to be great. You don't need permission to be special. You don't need permission to be a child of God. You don't need permission to be happy. Can y'all believe that a lot of us, y'all, human beings, it's like we are pleading for the permission of those who are closest to us to be happy. Like, hey, auntie, can I be happy? Hey, Uncle Roy, Uncle Rashad, can I be happy? We do not supposed to ask anybody for permission to be happy. Somebody drop in the comments and say, I'm happy anyway. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, I'm happy anyway. You don't need their permission. Y'all, I'll never forget, I had this friend who was in college, right? Who I went to college with, and they were speaking about how they wanted to go into sound engineering or audio production, because that was our major, right? We was going to school for audio production, and one of the jobs that you can do was being a sound engineer, whether that is for like an artist, a sound engineer for a movie, sound engineer on a movie set, like whatever the case is, y'all. But anyway, they were speaking about how they wanted to be a sound engineer. And so, they were asking their mom and asking their dad, how did they feel about this, right? Mind you, my school was like an art school. Nobody takes art serious as a career, okay? Maybe now, but even still, I don't feel all the way now. And so they already did not want him to be there. They wanted him to have like a real career, like be a doctor, be a lawyer, be, something that's more substantial or guaranteed. And I get it to an extent, but that was that man's dream. If he wanted to be a sound engineer, he did not need his parents' permission. He did not need my permission or anybody's permission to be a sound engineer. Long story short, y'all, his family disowned him and stopped talking to him for a period of time. Now, I think they got back, in the future, but I'm sure they did. That's his mom, that's his dad, right? I would hope so. But the point of what I'm saying, y'all, is that at that time, they wanted him to get the permission to do something else, right? Like, be somebody else that you're not. And I truly believe that anytime you're trying to be a person that you're not, you're going to fail miserably. You will fail. If I look at this person who's a great singer, let's just say Chris Brown. If I want to be Chris Brown, I'm going to fail 1,000 times trying to be Chris Brown, right? If I want to be, Michael Jackson, I'm going to fail 1,000 times. But guess what? I won't fail no times trying to be Reno. Even if I fail, it's not a failure. It is a lesson along my journey to become a better person or a better servant of God, right? But the point of that story, y'all, is that you don't need anybody's permission. And that very guy became a sound engineer for like a very big movie. I want to say it was like Wakanda or something like that. But the thing is, people don't realize that you don't need their permission. You will never see your breakthrough worrying about who you are breaking down. Okay? Let me say that once again, y'all. You will never see your breakthrough if you worry about who you are breaking down. Here's the kicker. It's your life. It's your life. Somebody drop that down below in the comments. It's my life. You don't need nobody's permission to do anything. To be in a relationship, to be married, to be happy, to be a businessman, to switch careers. I used to feel that way, y'all. Man, I wonder how they're going to feel when I let them know that I want to do YouTube. I wonder how they're going to feel when I say I'm going to go from being a rapper or for whatever my audio production, okay, sound engineer. I wonder how they're going to feel after I tell them I'm going to switch that and be a motivational speaker or a speaker. I used to have those thoughts until I realized that these people don't pay none of my bills. These people are going to be talking about me, envious of me, and jealous of me regardless, whether I do what they wanted me to do or whether I do what I want to do. You only get one life, people. You only get one life. So it's best that you do the things that you want to do with it. Point blank, period, okay? Number 3, y'all. It's going to be this right here, family. You are no longer a punching bag, okay? You are no longer a punching bag, right? This right here is a heavy one because when you tell people your business and when you're speaking to people constantly, right, it gives them a sense of happiness and joy because they feel like, I'm not the only one, right? I'm not the only person going through this, okay? They get so happy and they are filled with joy because they feel like I got some company. I got company, right? Now, here's the thing right here, y'all. As you are expressing to them, this is when people begin to express to you. You ever notice how people seem so perfect? Everything seems so great. And I'm not saying that you got to get on social media or, act as if your life is perfect, right? But I'm a huge proponent of being transparent, okay? Be vulnerable enough to let people know that, hey, my life ain't perfect. And that's why I be transparent and vulnerable with y'all. Hey, my life ain't perfect. I have certain issues, insecurities, uncertainties. I feel just like you. I just have the courage to get on camera and speak about it. That's it. There's no difference, right? But sticking to my point, y'all, as you are speaking to them about certain things, you will notice how their life is in turmoil, worse than you. Their life is in shambles, worse than you. And so as they begin to speak to you, it's like they're utilizing you as a punching bag because they are releasing all their anger, frustration, shame, guilt. All the things that people made them suffer for, they are putting it on you. You're no longer a punching bag now. That's why they are pissed. That's why they are bothered. Because you used to be that person that they went to that they can use for all of your emotional energy, your healing energy. You are a natural healer. You got to understand that. When you are a natural healer, you naturally heal people. You naturally help people out. You have the words, the encouragement, the motivation, and the inspiration to help get them to the next level. And it's all genuine. It's all genuine. So understand what I'm saying, y'all. When you are no longer a punching bag, people gonna take that personal, right? Like they are so mad that they are thinking that you have done something to them as if you have betrayed them. You haven't betrayed them. You chose yourself. Simple as that. You chose yourself. You're no longer a punching bag, family. Someone is pissed and bothered, okay, that you remain silent. You're not giving them that type of attention anymore. You're not giving them that type of certainty anymore. You're not giving them that part of you anymore. Sometimes you have to choose yourself, family, or people will always make you say no to you by telling them yes. All right? Moving on to the next one, y'all. Number 4. It's going to be this right here, family. They felt left out. Okay? They felt left out. You know, y'all, a lot of times people will feel left out when they're not the first one in on the secret, right? Like when you move to a new place or a new apartment, if you're not the one who told them first, they're going to feel left out. You ain't tell nobody. Like how Martin said, y'all, you ain't call nobody. Yeah, that's their mindset, y'all. You ain't call nobody. And the thing is, I don't have to call you to tell you I moved into my new apartment. I don't have to call you and tell you that I have a new accomplishment. I don't have to call and tell you that I've done the unthinkable. I don't have to call you and tell you that, right? Sometimes you got to say something for yourself, right? Somebody drop in the comments and say something for you. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, save some for you. Meaning, save some emotional energy for you. Save that mental capacity for you. Save that time and energy for you. Because when you give it all out to everybody, they're going to leave you negative in your account. That's why I always tell people, you cannot continue to allow people to make more withdrawals in your life than you do deposits, right? Let me say that once again, y'all. You cannot allow people to make more withdrawals in your life than deposits. Why? Because you're going to lose all of your income, right? You're going to lose everything that you have. Your emotional energy, your mental capacity, okay? Your spiritual energy, everything. Because you are allowing people to make more withdrawals. Therefore, your account will go negative. Point blank, period. They felt left out. But don't allow people to make you feel wrong for making a decision without them. That's the point, y'all. You can make a choice without them. You can make a decision without them. Your mind is strong enough, okay? And it's not to say that they just completely don't love you. They hate you, right? I'm not saying that. But when people get comfortable with you letting them into every single thing, the moment you left them out of something, they begin to feel left out permanently. Make sense to what I'm saying, y'all? Drop in the comments and let me know. Number 5, y'all, which is going to be the last one, that is you increased your power and value, okay? Let me say it louder. For my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, you increased your power and value. Like I told y'all, we all have power, okay? Us chosen ones are dangerous. But even when you add on top of remaining silent and not saying as much, you begin to increase your value, okay? Think about anybody who don't say anything or don't say as much within a room, facility, the family, or the friend group, right? That person who don't say that much, whenever they do speak, it's almost like, wow. Like this person never say anything. And the moment they say something, everybody is listening. That's the effect that you have whenever you remain silent. Think about that person who always talk. Oh, don't worry about it. They ain't nobody but Rodney. They ain't nobody but Keisha. All they doing is running their mouth. That's the mentality, because they're always talking. They don't take what they're saying, as importance or a sign of significance, because they're going to keep talking. But the person who remains silent, whenever they do speak, people pay attention to that. And that's the effect that you have. You have increased your value and you have increased your power. And they are pissed behind that. They are bothered behind that. Because the first thing a person think is, they feel like they're better than me. They feel like they're better than us. They feel like they are better in some way, shape, form, or fashion. But in actuality, I don't think I'm better than you. I am bettering myself by not telling people all of my business. That's all. But for some reason, y'all, people are bothered behind that. All right. But with that being said, family, someone is pissed and bothered. You remain silent. All right. Family, I know that somebody is trying to build something. Somebody is trying to do something. Somebody is just simply trying to be happy. And you feel the disapproval of others around you. I understand it. But I come to deliver a message to you, to tell you to remain silent and don't tell them anything, because you don't owe them that. And guess what? You owe that to yourself. Okay? But with that being said, y'all, a smooth recap, and then we'll conclude this video. Number one, y'all, they are used to knowing everything about you. Number two, you don't need permission, okay? Number three, you're no longer a punching bag. You're not allowing people to beat you up with their problems. Number four, they felt left out. And number five, y'all, you increased your power and value. Y'all already know how we do. Y'all make sure y'all check out any one of those Yes Sir t-shirts. Get a hoodie, y'all, a Yes Sir hoodie. Book a one-on-one session with me, y'all. It is a limited time offer only, as well as enroll into my social influence course. I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Y'all keep a rich mentality. Peace.